Hi everybody, this is Noelle from Petitti Garden Centers, and we're at Casa Verde. And all these lovely plants, mostly annuals that we're going to show you today. We might show you a few perennials, but lovely annual color is ready. We're ready for planting season. It's just a little bit early. We usually need to wait a few more weeks to a month before we can really get out there and plant some of the annuals. But there's lots of color here at Casa. So we're going to show you quite a few new ones that we're really excited about. I'm going to walk this way a little bit. We are in a super sunny greenhouse today. It's a lovely day. We've had a lot of rain and cloudy weather, but today the sun is out and shining. So I'm going to be squinting a lot at you, but look off to my left. It is this beautiful dark leaf canna. It's called Australia. Australia is actually an older variety of canna, but that dark, deep burgundy foliage and that really deep orange flower is gorgeous. And they are just sprouting all over the place. And as you look and pan, and Taylor's going to kind of move that camera up, we're going to show you a new one at the end that's part of the Canova series. And we've talked about Canova before. Australia is a little bit taller. Australia is going to be probably a good 4 foot, if not taller, in the garden when it's in flower. The Canova series are more compact cannas. Both do very well in containers, in the garden, what have you. Full sun conditions, they can take some moisture in the soil. They can take some drier conditions too. But Canova, as far as being more compact, just the flower power in Canova is awesome. So we'll show you Gold Leopard when we get up there. That's the new one, and it's so pretty. I wanted to show you really quick. There are a big batch of Angelonia here. Oh, look at how pretty she is. And this is Wedgwood Pink. Angelonia is what we call a summer snapdragon. They're really, really great in the heat of summer. They do great in full sun conditions. We had a beautiful container planted with them last year. And I'm going to tell you, they really held up fairly good as far as deer resistance. In fact, we didn't see any deer browsing on this plant at all, which is awesome. And if you're looking for like a thriller type plant, gets a little bit more height here, Angelonia is really good as that thriller centerpiece, focal point in your container. So try it. If you've never tried Angelonia, comes in a lot of different colors, but this Wedgwood Pink, look at how beautiful that is. That soft pastel pink and white bicolor is always really, really fun to come by. And just starting to come out, so they're blooming right at the right time here, getting a little bit more sun, so that's always really good too. Let's move down a little bit. We've got one of our favorites. This is Kufia, and this has already been shipped to the stores. Look at Kufia Vermilion Air. Isn't it gorgeous? This is a proven winner as well. Really awesome orange tubes. Great hummingbird plant. Oh my gosh, they love Kufia. Again, those tubular flowers, the right color, that bright orange is really, really wonderful. And I'm going to tell you, with the Australia canna, oh yeah, really, really good companion. Or you can go a little bit cooler, and this has been shipped out quite a bit too, but this is your helichrysum. We used to call this icicles. This variety is called silver ribbon. But look at that, the cool silver and the bright orange of the Kufia. Those are really two nice companions. Or you can go the other direction. For those of you that aren't looking for hot tropical, maybe you're looking for kind of a beautiful, rich purple. Look at that. This is heliotrope. Heliotrope is one of the most fragrant annuals out there. In fact, it is so sweet smelling over here. We've got a lot of heliotrope. This is merino blue, but it really does have more of that purple cast to it. Great plants, both very deer resistant. So this is a nice one too, if you want to go the other direction in the cooler colors. Right now, it seems like we're surrounded by a little bit more warm colors, but that's okay, just depending on what you want to plant in your garden. Look at the yellow Canovas through the area here. beautiful, clean green foliage. We like the cannas because of that tropical foliage look too. Really, really beautiful. And you can winter these cannas over. They do a really nice job. You can throw them in pots and they can be wintered over. They've got to be in a cool spot. I don't necessarily want you to keep them out in the cold garage, but a cool spot, maybe in the basement or in a pantry that you could winter them over. But they do really, really nice. We've also got this whole area here is all Skavola. So there is, and look at it, it is really doing its thing. And Skavola actually is an Australian plant, and they also call it fan flower is the common name. And it's because those petals, they kind of spread out like a fan. Has really succulent foliage, so it does really nicely in the full sun. It can grow in part shade, and you can see how it grows, kind of sends branches out, and they kind of have a little bit of a dip, and then they kind of tip up and then start to trail over. But this plant, if you're looking for a really nice kind of spiller that comes out of your pots and window boxes, this is a great, easy grower. Really does a nice job. Comes in blue, purpley blue, white, and then also there's some pink varieties out there as well. So look for your Skavola if you need something easy. And I feel like Skavola does fairly well. Again, a little bit more browsing resistant, has some kind of tough leathery foliage to it, so that helps. A little bit more resistance against those herbivores, your rabbits, your deer, and so forth. Look at red flame, or flame red. I can never remember. It is red golden flame. There you go. Those beautiful yellow edges on the petals. That's a great one too. We grew this one in our container garden, didn't we, Taylor? So that canna performed just miracles last year. Even with how dry it was last season, that canna kept on blooming, growing, producing. Foliage stayed really, really nice. Didn't have any deer browsing on it. And we had it in a spot where the deer could really get at it. And it just did awesome job for us. I passed it, Taylor. Back up. Okay. Sorry, we don't want to show you the garbage can. Check that out. This is a Nisia. Nisia we've talked about before. This is kind of a cool weather annual. However, every year it seems like they get a little bit more summer tolerance to them, a little bit more heat tolerant, a little bit more drought tolerant. This is Nisia, and look at the tropical color on this. This is a new one for us. Taylor and I haven't seen this one before, but there's peach and orange and yellow and pink berry. It's really beautiful. And the other thing about Nisia, it has a nice sweet smell to it too. So this is one of those kind of spiller plants. We had a romance. Didn't we have a romance or berry in that container too? Which one was that? Mulberry? And that one grew all season long for us. Again, total surprise because it was hot last year and dry, and oh my gosh, it filled out the container. We put it kind of in the middle, and it just started to kind of float through all the other branches. It was gorgeous. It was really, really fun. So look for your Nisias. They're getting improved every season, it seems like. A little bit more, summer strength out there. Lots of Bidens here. This yellow, this whole swath of yellow is Bidens. There are a lot of annual types, really, really gorgeous. This is that composite flower, okay, that looks like a daisy. And of course, with composite flowers, they're always going to be a great pollinator plant because they have the flowers right in the center, those small, tiny flowers that have, produce a lot of pollen. And then also the ray flowers. And I'm telling you, Bidens is tough. It is a really good plant to grow in sunny, warm spots. Really, really nice, really beautiful, just very, very cheerful. And sometimes the goldfinches will come down and pick at the center of the plant, kind of eat the little bit that's a good thing, really. Yeah, so look at the Bidens. They're really fantastic. This one is Namid Early Yellow, so we grow a couple different varieties out there, but always a really good kind of filler. They spill a little bit in containers too. You can throw these in the landscape. They do really nice. And there's actually a native Ohio like wildflower that is a Biden. So do look for that. Terrenia is right next door, and I'll show you these because I don't think a lot of people grow Terrenia, and this is a wishbone plant. And this is part of the Summer Wave series. And they are really, really wonderful for kind of shadier spots. So part shade to shade. They do really nice. They can grow in sun. You just need to make sure that you're keeping them moist. But look at that. Beautiful kind of tubular flowers. Bicolor. This is kind of a bicolor purple. And we've got a yellow and purple too. This is gold bouquet. And this one is, blue bouquet. That makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, but beautiful for shadier spots. So do keep that in mind if you're looking for something a little bit different for the shade. Okay? Okay, good. Oh, we're here. She's brand new. Look at that speckled flower. This is gold leopard. And beautiful green foliage again, like most of your cannas. You've either got the dark foliage or the green foliage. But look at these freckles on her. Really, really beautiful. Nice, deep yellow with those orange spots. I love her, Taylor. I think we're going to need to grow her this year. We'll figure something out. We'll put a combination together with her. But these Canova cannas, all the varieties, they perform so well over the growing season. And again, don't get too big in a container garden. But oh my gosh, they're wonderful, wonderful performers. We've got Salvia here. So this is mealy cup sage. This is a great deer resistant plant, good pollinator as well. This is going to be like your annual salvia or sage, right? And then you have perennial salvias that are just starting to bloom and come out right now. This is Cathedral Deep Blue. There's a white as well. So these are great kind of thrillers in a smaller container garden. They do really nicely for us, perform really well in those sunny spots. Hello, Lantana. Oh my gosh. This greenhouse, mostly along the floor here to my right, is going to be the Shamrock Lantana. And this peach is really popping right now. Look at all those beautiful colors. Again, Lantana, it's very fragrant, really great pollinator plant, very, very heat and drought tolerant, deer resistant, all those good things. Oh my gosh, it's absolutely gorgeous. It is just flushing out really, really beautifully. There's a light yellow right behind us, a few more pinks and reds down that way. Oh, it's gorgeous. And then look up above. We've got some Lantana hanging baskets are way up at the top tier, but then underneath are all of the fuchsia hanging baskets, and they are just blooming beautifully. So I'm sure the grower is going to be happy to get them out, because when they really get full like this, they will drop those flowers and they drop down in, the plants underneath. So if you find a Lantana in an 8-inch pot and you find a fuchsia flower in it, you'll know why. Hey, everybody. We're right by the Bugan Villa hanging basket. So our crew is pulling them down right now. Oh my gosh, look at Vera Purple. Vera Purple is really, really that classic fuchsia color for Bougainvillea. But they are full and really looking nice right now. And then we have this opal, fire opal here. Look at how beautiful that basket is. It's just a really unique color. It has some pinky tones to it. It has some yellow tones to it and peach. It's just really, really gorgeous. And all this new foliage here for Bougainvillea, it has this like pinky purple cast to it. So it's really, really pretty, ready to go. My gosh. With Bougainvillea, again, full sun conditions, feed them. They really do a great job. And I'm going to tell you, for sunny spots, they do wonderfully. And then you can winter them over inside the house, cut them back, put them in a sunny spot, winter them over, and they can bring them back out next year. Hi, everybody. I'm in our propagation greenhouse, but I wanted to show you something. And it's really warm in here because we have to keep all those little baby plants nice and warm. But right at the edge are hardy bananas. Okay, so if you've never seen this before, if I've never shown you, I apologize. But I'm going to show you two. Red and green leaf. So the green leaf is called Basjou, and Basjou, again, perennial banana. Red leaf is called Ever Red. Look at how pretty. These guys are perennial bananas, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, you're in Northeast Ohio and you're growing perennial bananas. Yes. They don't produce fruit though, so I don't want to disappoint you. They're really not, we don't have a long enough season for them to produce anything for us. But the foliage, if you're looking for a tropical plant, foliage, but a hardy plant. Now, these guys do need protection over the winter. They will die back really, really hard, basically to the ground, typically over winter in Northeast Ohio. But the roots stay hardy, okay? So they expand and mature, and so you do get a nice clump of bananas, okay? So think about it. If you want some more tropical foliage out in the garden, this might be a nice touch. I wanted to show you a beautiful proven winner combination for a shade hanging basket. This is Double Delight. The combination is called Champagne Toast, okay? Because Proven Winners names all of their combinations. But look at this beautiful begonia. This is Double Delights, and it is blush rose. And it really is a beautiful doubled flower. And then look at Dichondra Silver Falls, which we love. Dichondra Silver Falls. It can grow in sun, shade, it'll trail down. If you don't cut it, it'll keep trailing down and keep growing across the walk. And then also the sweet potato vine. In the back. So this combo, part shade to full shade, you might lose a little bit of your foliage color. It might be a little bit, I should say thinner or maybe a little bit leggy in full shade. But boy, what a beautiful combination with the foliage texture and that begonia color. I wanted to show you that herbs are ready. Well, there's some that are very, very small, just were planted or seeded and just starting to germinate. And then there's some that are full grown. We've got thyme, mints. I have oregano in my hand. Stevia is here. Way in the back, you see those green grassy plants. That's all lemongrass back there. So herbs are really ready to go, and they are definitely coming to a store near you. We're in a different greenhouse. There's a lot over here at Casa Verde, and look what I found. And I know customers have been asking about this plant. This is called Streptocarpus, and the name's not great, but it is in the African violet family, the Streptocarpus, related to Streptocarpus. And for those of you that are looking for kind of a fun, unusual shade hanging basket, we have them. We grew some this year. I think this one's called Heavenly Blue. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Heavenly Blue or Blue Heaven. I always get them wrong. And look at those flowers. Aren't they beautiful? So again, fuzzy foliage like the African violet. So you don't necessarily want to pour cold water over the top of it. Try to water in the spaces, in between the plants where you can stick your water wand or your watering can, okay? But it's lovely. It's great for shade. So look for these guys for shade. Now, a little bit opposite, very, very different, but they're in the same greenhouse because this one's a warmer greenhouse too. We've got all these beautiful succulent planters. So I'm going to pick this one up. And this is kind of on the silver side of things. Cute little window boxes, right? And look at, you have echeveria, agaves, your red stem pilea, aloe. I mean, they are so cute. Like I said, it has kind of a silvery cast to it, but check this one out. It has more of a chartreuse green color to it and some darker foliage. There's jade plants in here. There's baby rubber plants or peperomia, more aloe. I mean, these are so fun. They're so cute. So you could set these out sunny area to part shade area, no problem whatsoever. Like to put them on the patio table, but just be aware, kind of want to keep that umbrella open when it's raining to protect these so they don't get too wet. So you want to kind of put them in a drier spot that gets some good sunlight on it, but they'll do really, really well for you. Maybe porch or covered patio or something like that. Okay, so keep that in mind. But there's so many cute varieties. I love it. We're in the tropical section of the greenhouse. We have ferns above. You all know about these guys. So the Boston ferns above. I have this beautiful Dracaena to my left. This is Hawaiian Sunrise. She's really pretty, yellow striping through those leaves. Got hibiscus, tropical hibiscus behind me here. Lots of different colors. And I wanted to just swing around, Taylor. And we've got the beautiful white mandevilla. But I was going to show what's behind the white mandevilla. So do you see those silvery blue fronds? Those are Bismarck palms, and they're just so cool. So silvery and bold. They have that beautiful kind of Chinese fan type frond. Really, really cool. There's so many tropical plants here. So we'll see them in the stores really soon. We are in one of our cool greenhouses. The roof is totally open, so it has a retractable roof, and the breeze is blowing in. It's about 60 degrees out here, I think. And look at these tomatoes. This whole row are all tomatoes, little 3.5 inchers. They're about 3 inches tall, looking great. And then some of the tomatoes are all ready to go. Now, I'm not saying put them out just yet, folks, because we are still not out of our chance of frost, but we've got tomatoes. They're coming. They are coming to a Petitti's near you. So we're walking through this greenhouse, and we were looking at the geraniums. So there's geranium hanging baskets here with some vinca vines spilling out the sides. And there's some Skavola here. There's some petunias and calibrachoa. And then we come up to this hanging basket, and all of us had to stop and check it out because we thought, oh, it's just a white geranium. It is not. It is actually a hydrangea. That's right, a hydrangea in a hanging basket. So this is a new hydrangea. It is from Proven Winners. It's called Fairy Trails Bride. And this hydrangea has a very unique habit. It is a spreading, branching habit. So it does have a cascading branch to it. So it is new for us. We are just starting to grow it in containers. It is hardy for us in Northeast Ohio, zones 5 to 9. So that might fall in your USDA hardiness zones. It is a lace cap hydrangea. So you'll see the big petaled flowers on the outside that are sterile, and then the true starry flowers on the inside. So whenever a hydrangea is like this, has this type of flower form, that's always going to be better for your pollinators, okay? Beautiful plant, really crispy white, beautiful, beautiful, clear, pristine white, a little bit of a green eye on these flowers, but the foliage is absolutely beautiful, clean, lovely. I do want to tell you, this is similar to like a mop head or a big leaf hydrangea. So hydrangea macrophylla. So just remember, this flower grows on old wood. So you want to go ahead and let this hydrangea do its thing flower produce. You can deadhead. You can always take and remove the spent flowers if you want to, down 2 nodes only. We talk about that quite a bit. And then let it continue to bloom for you. You can plant it outside before we get into late fall, and that's going to work out really nicely. Or you can leave it in the basket or leave it in the container, winter it over in a cold garage, okay, for added protection, right? And then let them come back out again. Remember, don't prune these types of hydrangeas hard. You're only removing the 3 Ds, right? So the dead, the damaged, the diseased, okay? So make sure that you check these hydrangeas out. Fairy Trails Bride. Enjoy!